Thinking about leaving your soul-sucking 9 to 5 job? One of the biggest struggles I see people, especially as women, face is the idea of having that safety net, that enticing perks and benefits, and listening to that head trash of what will people think if I leave. I totally get it, and I've been where you are. That's why I created a free guide to help you if you're thinking about putting in that notice. It's called Unlocking Your Exit Plan. Discover 5 things you need to do before leaving your 9 to 5. This guide is filled with worksheets and steps so you will have hand holding along the way. You can download your copy in the link in the show notes, and again, it's totally free. Now back to today's episode. Welcome back to another episode of the Hella C.S. Dorsey podcast. In this episode, I am talking all the things about 2020. Yes, this is my 2020 year in review, and I will be discussing what went well, what didn't go well, what I liked, what I would discontinue. I'm talking all about client work, my goals, if I actually achieved them, and I'm also going to be discussing some personal things that went on in my life as well. And I'm also going to talk about what's to come for 2021. So stay tuned. Hey there, let's face it. Today's internet world is so saturated and everyone is fighting for that number one spot to be visible. It is no longer about running ads and having thousands of people on your email list. It is about building relationships and networking with others to grow your business and become visible. Hi, my name is Candace. I'm a podcast launch strategist and I help service-based business owners develop and deliver their message to the world by using platforms like podcasting and bringing valuable content to those who need to hear what they have to say. Welcome to the Hella C.S. Dorsey podcast. Okay, so we all can agree that 2020 threw everyone for a complete curveball, and yes, it threw me for a curveball as well. But in this online space, and if you're doing your business online, it really wasn't so detrimental. It was the fact that, okay, how do I shift things, or how do I pivot in a way that I may actually lose clients, or maybe my clients have lost their job and they're trying to essentially build a business on the side. They lost their 9 to 5 and then they no longer can add that extra help. So in terms of that, but for a lot of us, the online space and being virtual, it was kind of like, okay, while the whole world is shifting to virtual, it was kind of like a no-brainer for us because we were already there. I can actually speak to both aspects of having a virtual business versus having a 9 to 5, because I'm still working in my 9 to 5. So I can speak to basically both aspects. While I didn't lose my job, and I thank God so much, we did have to shift a lot of things. In my 9 to 5, we had to take the whole team, my whole department, fully remote. And that was stressful in itself, simply because we had to get laptops, we had to get monitors together for each team member. I have a really small team that I manage on my 9 to 5, and which was really good. I didn't have like 10 team members or 20 team members. I only had like 7 of us in the department. So we had to shift technology, and I have a lot of people who don't know very much technology. Some of your team members, that was challenging in itself. So getting through that, not only that, having a death in the family, that really threw us for a curveball as well. Not only that, the fires here in California, and a lot of fires were close to me here in the Valley area. So we had to do evacuations, and it was just, I would say, for a whole month, It was really, really smoky outside. Like we had to stay inside. We could not go outside. And then when we did go outside, not only did we have to wear a mask, which was really good, but it was also hot. We're talking about 100 degrees in the heat and smoke and COVID. It was just not a good place to be in. But I'm so grateful that the fire didn't hit close to my house, even though we had to evacuate. It was more 2 miles up the road that the fire took place in that area. So yeah, it was a very interesting summer, I would say the least. Couldn't travel. I had these great plans that I was going to Southern California to go for my birthday and then just lay on the beach. That didn't happen. We had to cancel. And not having a vacation really took a toll on me. I'm so happy that I'm on vacation now. So at the time of me recording this, it is December, around Christmas time. So I'm so happy that I'm having time off. And even though things are closed, you definitely need that mental vacation just to be off. And a lot of people are like, well, you're working from home. There's nowhere to go. Why are you going on vacation? It's not the point of I'm at home and I don't have nowhere to go and I shouldn't be taking vacation. It's a mental thing. So if you're working from home and you're working off nonstop, get off the laptop and take some time off because it is going to help with your mental well-being. So I am really grateful that I decided to take some time off. It helps so much. Okay, so what went well in 2020? Definitely, I had a few clients, so that was really good. I think I found myself personally, I learned a lot about myself that of things that I'm going to tolerate and things that I'm not going to tolerate. I learned that in that aspect of doing client work. I discovered, my value, my worth, and my time. And this whole year has really helped me to understand that time is very precious. And if you are using it negligently, I should say, your time, then you may want to sit and rethink that because time is very limited. We don't know exactly when we're going to be on this earth plane or how long we have. And I don't mean to say it in a way that's very morbid, but given the fact that this whole COVID has, really touched a lot of people and have essentially a lot of people lost their lives, you just don't know how much time you have on this earth. So I would say choose your time wisely and appreciate it so much. Appreciate your family. Appreciate everything all around you, your surroundings, the beauty that God has created. Appreciate that. Client work, it is interesting. I would say it went well because this was the highest revenue that I've received to date this year, even though, I'm not in the 5-figure range every month, but I'm okay with that. So it really doesn't bother me. I did make more this year than I did last year, so that was really cool. I had about 3 clients this year, and it was all for website design, and also, no, about 4. I had a client to help with coursework, but that really essentially didn't work out very well. But in the end, she still paid me, which was really good. I was really grateful for that because she did pay me for my time and research. So I did like that part. What didn't go well? Well, the fact that I no longer want to do website design anymore. Hats off to those of you who actually do website design. It is a lot of back and forth work. It takes up too much of my time, especially with me working a 9 to 5. I'm just like, yeah, no. So I'm not doing it. Oh no. Now when people ask me, I'm just like, no, I can refer you to somebody else because it is a lot of back and forth. It's a lot of, and with anything, when you are doing when you're doing a service, or when you're doing client work, or whatever it is, service based online business owner, whatever you do, the back and forth thing takes up more time than the actual project itself. So I was like, I can't deal with this, because it doesn't take me very long to do a project, but it's the trying to find out what they like, trying to find out their branding, trying to make sure that you design it the way that they envisioned it. And if you've done the work, or you done preview or template of it, and it's not their vision, it's kind of like you have to rip everything up and start all over from scratch. I don't want to do it. I do not want to do that. And this year I definitely learned that it is a no-go for me for website design or client work. Now, will I never do client work? I will do client work in the future, depending on what it is. And I will only do it if it's a referral. So I am not going out to chase clients or get clients for my business. That's essentially not what I want to do, because that's not my zone of genius. But if it's a referral from someone that I know, then I would definitely take it on. So I'm only doing referrals only. I'm not going on social media and saying, hey, I do this, I do that. No. That's not happening. So, and I'm not knocking it or anything. It's just not for me at all. And I am so grateful that I learned that now, because, I've had situations where I will send proposals after proposal after proposal, and then the people are like sitting on it, and then they're like, okay, well, this isn't what I want right now. So, yeah, so I put the work into drawing up a proposal after they said, send me the proposal. And then they're like, oh no, I don't want to do it, or they back out, or they decide they want to do something else versus what we discussed. So that's not happening anymore, because I'm not going to do it anymore. I ain't gonna say never, never, but yeah, no, only referrals only. And if I can do the work on my own terms, yes, I will continue on, but it's not something that I am going to be chasing after. So what I liked. Okay, so this year I love the idea of doing printables. I love designing planners. I have so many planners here in my office, and my mom is like, if you buy one more planner. And I'm like, but I like them. I love playing with them and everything. So I said, I'm going to design my own. So I took a mini course from Susie from Start a Mom blog. And I'm not blogging or anything, but I did take that course to learn how to do printables, and I'm falling in love with it. It is so fun. It is relaxing, and I enjoy so much. So I am definitely going to continue that and see where that leads. Have some really cool projects that I want to do for 2021, but I'll talk about that later. What I did like was I took the One Funnel Away challenge through ClickFunnels, and that was really worth the $100, hands down. Like, if you haven't taken that course, that challenge, definitely do it. It's for 30 days, especially if you are trying to develop some sort of course, or if you're trying to develop a business, or just don't know what you want to do. I highly, highly recommend you take the One Funnel Away challenge, because I learned so much about copy, and learned so much about myself. Yeah, it's interesting, right? I learned so much about creating digital products, and not doing it in a way that's, how can I put this? Not doing a way that's going to kill you, in essence, because when you creating a course and you doing the recordings and the videos and all of that, that can really take a lot out of you. So I learned how to do it strategically in a way that is not going to kill me. So loved it so much. I really recommend that. I love ClickFunnels. I really do. I go back and forth with them sometimes because I'm very cheap, and paying $97 a month for software is just not my forte. But I think it's a really good investment if you are definitely doing an event. I am using ClickFunnels for my event that's coming up. I'll talk about that later. And it's a really good platform for that because it is an all-in-one platform that has the membership. It has the affiliate, which is called the backpacking, and that you have to upgrade, of course, to the $297 plan. But all in all, it's a really good program. It's so easy to use. Yeah, I do have a couple of glitches here and there, but I love it so much, and I love setting up everything. I was thinking about offering funnels as a service, but we'll see. We'll see how that looks in the future, but I don't think I'm going to offer it right now. What will I discontinue? Okay, so I mentioned client work. So I'm discontinuing client work. I'm discontinuing website design. I'm still doing podcast launch strategy, which I love podcasting. I will probably dip into a little bit more of having those sessions, those 90-minute sessions to help others, service-based business owners, coaches, on how to set up their podcasts. That'll be a 90-minute intensive that I will offer. I don't have that on my website simply because it's one of them things that I'm just like, I don't want to essentially broadcast it. I will offer it to someone, more of a one-on-one thing, but I don't want to broadcast it on my website. I want to keep it personal. So if someone mentions it, someone that I know that need help, I would definitely mention the 90-minute intensive. But right now, it's not on my website. But if you're interested, you can definitely reach out to me. So, goals. My goals. What was that like? I can definitely say I did not hit my 10K this year that I initially wanted. Simply because this year was more of a learning experience for me. I've learned that it is better to try things out, see if you like it, see if you can actually get money from it or generate revenue from it, and then scale it. All about trying to generate income from something that you don't like and then want to scale something that you don't like or can't do. I don't say can't do, I don't like that word. Something that you don't like doing, which is pretty much the same thing. But I'm not a fan of that. And this year I knew that I was going to learn how to basically find my niche, find what I like doing, and go from there and develop it from there. Have I found my niche? Not yet, but I tell you what I won't be doing. I think I mentioned it so many times before. But I'm still looking for my niche. Right now, my love is my podcast and networking with other entrepreneurs and getting to know them, having interviews, working with them on a one-on-one, connection. I love going in that direction. And any advice that I can give that I've done before, I'm definitely willing to share that on my podcast or to my guest. So that's kind of like where I'm at right now. Personal, this year a lot of things definitely happened. I've had 2 family members pass away. I've had, I think, 2 people that I knew of passed away. And it definitely was a hard year. When people pass in your family, you can feel it. You can definitely feel the emptiness. You can feel that there's something missing. And it was definitely hard. The good thing about our family, we are like so blessed. So blessed. The first person that passed away was my grandmother. This was like 20 years ago. And between then and now, we didn't have anyone that passed away in our family. So we are like extremely blessed. I will take it. You know, I hear so many people in their family who've died, and it's like multiple people, and maybe simultaneously people passing in 1 year or people passing the same month. And for us, we were really blessed to have like the next person who passed like 20 years later. So life is life. That's it. Life is life, and there's really nothing you can do about it. All you can do is just ask God for strength to hold you up and just to comfort you and be there with you. And that's the only thing you can do. And just remember the good things about that person. The person that passed was my auntie, and it was my mom's sister. So yeah, it's one of them things. But love your loved ones as much as you can. Say I love you, and think about it. Was that argument really necessary? Go tell them you forgive them, or go tell them you accept their apology, because you don't know when you're going to have time with them again. Yeah, definitely do so. Okay. So let's move on to 2021. What is the goal? What is the vision for 2021? So I'm going to treat 2021 like it was COVID all over again, which we all know that the vaccine supposedly being distributed, and it's probably going to take a couple of quarters for it to be available to the public, which I'm fine with that. So my 2021 goals is... I'm not going to have any revenue goals. There's a number. There's a number that I would like to hit, but I'm not going to talk about it. I am just going to see what the year brings. What I would like to do is I would like to have 2 virtual events. So I have a virtual event coming up. It's called the Christianpreneur Summit, and it's going really well. I have 12 awesome speakers. They're all entrepreneurs and business owners, giving their advice on how they juggle it all: faith, family, and finances, while putting Christ first in their business and in their lives. I love the subject so much. And then I have an all access pass that is for the second segment, which is the 30-day plan. It's basically you just lost your job. You have to pay the rent or the mortgage, and it's coming due in 30 days. What's your 30-day plan of action to getting the money using your God-given talent? And a lot of the suggestions is so awesome. I love it so much because I'm like, I wanted to write things down, but since I was on camera, I was like, oh, I'm going to have to remember to do that. But it does come with a 30-day plan booklet. I will give more details. I will do another podcast episode to come about the summit, but it was really nice. I loved it so much, meeting all those wonderful, beautiful women, and just being with like-minded people. It was just awesome, and I love it so much. So I'm working on that. That's coming up. I'm so excited. This is like my first event. It's really gonna be nice. So second event that I want to do something similar to it. I'm not exactly sure what the title is going to be just yet. I'm like, let's get through the first one and then we'll figure out the second one. But I'm going to do another one in the summer, and I'm saying that because I want you to hold me to it. But I'm doing another one in the summer, virtual event, and I'm on the fence on if I'm going to do it live or not. I don't know, but we'll see. So that's my goal. Also, my goal coming up is to develop a digital product, not a course. I know everybody's kind of burnt out on the courses, but I do want to develop something so my listeners and my email list will have something that tangible that they can actually use, or if they want to start a podcast, or if they want to start a business, or whatever. So a new digital product is one of my goals, and personal goal is to be debt free. Yeah, I know people like, you want to do that next year? Can you say that like over the next 5 years? No, debt free next year. And I'll leave it at that. So there you have it, everybody. I am so excited for 2021. And even though 2020 was just bleh, I want you to think about the good things that actually happened in 2020. I mean, it has really been a blessing to be at home, to be able to work with my mom because we live together. So she normally commutes every day, and she commutes 45 minutes. Now, for those of you who are from California, probably not from Northern California, but I essentially live close to the Bay Area. You can just say that Fairfield is in the Bay Area, but she travels from Fairfield all the way to Berkeley, California to work, and she does that every day. I travel from Fairfield to Davis every day, which is only like maybe 20-25 minutes. It's not that much, but hers is almost close to an hour commute. And for her to be at home, it is so awesome. She is like my coworker, and it's really fun. Haven't really, I gained weight in the beginning. Oh my gosh, it was horrible. But I'm looking after my weight this time. So that's something that I'm being a little bit more cautious of every day, and try to exercise and do different things, try different things just to kind of keep my body moving, because when you're sitting in front of the computer all day, your body hurts at the end of the day. And it's like, oh my goodness. So trying to stay healthy during this time. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode. I cannot wait to find out what your goals are for 2021. And remember, you can always pivot. You can always change things. There's nothing in the rule book that says you have to do what you planned on doing. Don't do it as oh my goodness, I didn't hit my goals. Plan as if something is going to change tomorrow. Say, instead of saying, this is what I need to do, just say, I would like to do XYZ. And then put that down, versus saying, this is my goal to do XYZ and I have to hit it. No, just say, XYZ would be nice to do. I'm just going to write that down and see if I can do it. Try not to make too many goals. Like for me, I have, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have about only 7 things roughly that I want to do, and it's a no-brainer, both personal and business. I have yet to talk about my 9 to 5, which I'm not going to talk about. That's a separate goal or a separate thing in itself, and I'm not here to talk about the 9 to 5. Eventually I want to leave the 9 to 5, but I'm working towards possibly leaving one day. But I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about the here and now. And also, only plan for 3 months. And I know you're probably like, Candace, what? Plan for the first 3 months of the year. That's quarter one. And the reason why I say that is because generally in quarter one, let's just say the first week of January, you already know where things is going. But that first month, you have an idea, okay, things look like it's shifting a little bit. The second month is kind of like, okay, I can see something coming up. And in the third month is like, oh yeah, we're definitely going to have to change this. Only plan for 3 months and make it really small. Then that way you can actually accomplish it and you can do it. Don't make these year-long goals or these year-long things you want to do, and then when you don't accomplish it, you feel like, oh man, I really wanted to do that and I didn't do it. You will set yourself up for disappointment, and I don't like the word failure, but to essentially setting yourself up for failure. Don't do that. Plan for the first 3 months, see how that goes, and then plan for the next 3 months. If that first half of the year is going good, I would say go ahead and plan for the next 6 months. And do it like that. Do it in bite size. Don't do it in big chunks and then expect this great big outcome to happen. Don't do it that way. Start off small, little mini bite size, and then work your way from there. Okay? All right, so I hope this podcast episode was valuable to you. It definitely was valuable to me. This is my first time doing a year in review, and I know a lot of people who are multi-millionaires or have $1 million businesses do that and talk about their 6-figure, 7-figure income goal and this and that and the other. Me, I just like to keep it simple. This is my journey, and I want to take you guys along for the ride. When I do hit 6 figures and 7 figures, I can actually say that go to episode, I think this is probably going to be episode 78. Go to episode 78, my year review, and how I started it, and what I did, what I didn't do, because I'm always big on being transparent and I want people to walk with me along that journey. I want you to come on the journey with me so you can see me grow, so I can see myself grow. And then maybe one day you can say, hey, she did it. I can do it too. I'm going to leave you with that. Have a wonderful, wonderful New Year's. Stay safe and be blessed. Hey, did you like this episode? And don't forget to subscribe and share. And also drop me a line or two. I will love to hear your feedback in the review. Thank you.